This segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Allstate. The Trojans are in good hands with Iman, Biggie Marshall. We were just reminiscing with the senior. He has done this show quite a few times. We've known Biggie. JD's known him even longer, but we met him for the first time in this show way back when he was a big-time senior at Long Beach Poly and signed with USC, and everyone was fired up about it. And you come a long way, Biggie. It's funny we talk about that because I heard this stat about you. You were the first 4-year starter at corner at USC since Dalen McCutcheon.
Wow.
So it has been a long time.
Wow.
How different are you now from that kid that we met as a senior in high school, the kid that was out there as a freshman getting 2 picks against UCLA? I mean, how do you feel like you've grown over your time here?
I feel like I've grown tremendously, especially going through the trials and tribulations I've been through throughout the years that I've been at SC. It helped me grow not just physically but mentally. Understanding you have to be mentally strong playing the position that I play, and playing against the different teams in which you play with. You go through the ups and downs and trials and tribulations. It overall just makes you a stronger individual.
You know, the one thing that I've seen about you throughout your SC career, even going back into high school, is your work ethic is such that you understand, you have a good reality of where you're at, and then you also have a good reality of what you need to do to get better, and you take those steps. You don't just, hey, just do the basic stuff. This year, I saw it to even a different level, even in the off season. I mean, we were out there plenty of places around LA getting workouts in.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to feel really good about the result now, because I know that it was something that you worked on extremely hard outside of what you do here at USC.
Of course, that's what we try to do. I understand when I came back what I need to do, how I need to focus, and how I need to approach the season. And that's what I try to do. You've seen, like you said, we've been to a lot of situations all over LA where you see me trying to get extra work and trying to work as much as I possibly can, because I understand you only have one opportunity at this. So I want to try to maximize my opportunity as much as I possibly can. And, having the great coaches that I had here to tell me truly give me the evaluation in which I needed to understand who I was and the player that I need to be to maximize and be the best possible player I did. I just took that information and try to run with it and try to work hard as much as I can.
Now, I'll tell you, within those workouts, you with other, trainers and all that kind of stuff, but Pops is right there next to you, and I know that he was the first OG coach for you, because he used to teach you everything you knew prior to getting here.
Yeah.
But he was along the way as well. How much input do you still take from Dad?
Oh, I always listen to him.
Well, now, how much do you take voluntarily, and how much do you take that he forces it on you?
You already know he's gonna always force it on me. I can't stop him from doing that. But he's been around this game for so long, and I've everything that he's done for me, he's put me in this position that I am today. So that's what I try to do, is just take his input and listen to him. Sometimes I can't do it.
Right.
You get tired of listening to your dad all day.
I know how that goes.
I'm tired of it, but at the end of the day, all he want, like your son, yourself, all they want is the best for their children. So I just listen to him as much as I possibly can, because all he wants is the best for me.
One of the things that they did for you this year is they gave you one side of the field, and they're leaving you there and telling you to lock it down.
Yeah.
And, I've always asked this question and bugged football people about it, because I always think about it from a basketball perspective. And I know that you did some matching up, particularly when Adoree was here, because I would always think, okay, hey, you're the bigger corner, put him on the bigger receiver. Isaiah's a smaller corner, put Isaiah on the smaller receiver, and just match it up like you would in a basketball game. But I'm sort of learning more and more, and maybe you can explain how it helps you, how it helps corners to maintain that technique and work one side of the field.
I feel like it's just muscle memory. It's like you play a certain side, you have these certain breaks. You muscle memory. You've done it over and over and over again. That constant repetition helps you feel more comfortable when you're out there and stuff like that. But playing on one side, like I said, we have tremendous dude on the other side, Isaiah Langley, that's been doing his stuff and holding his own. We have great people on the back end with Marvell Tell. We have the young Talanoa and Jane with his amazing pick last week. So I'm surrounded by, it's not just me, I'm surrounded by a lot of talented individuals around me that makes my job a little bit easier. So I'm happy to be a part of that.
I don't want to put any extra pressure on you, but I will, because the way things have been going for you this year, you guys have faced some pretty good receivers. Chenault being one of them, one of the tops in the nation.
Yeah.
You guys hold him to 72 yards when he was averaging 141, and he had he had several catches, but he didn't hurt you at all in the pass game. Has it become a personal challenge for you week in and week out to take on the best guy? And
man, I try to take it every week. I try to take it personally. I have something to prove each and every week. Once I line up on that field, I'm like, I have to do my thing. I try to dominate each and every time I touch the field. That's what you do. You have to have that confidence when you're playing on that island because it's dangerous waters out there. It's deep waters. It's tough.
You played against some great players, but I was thinking about it today, and in terms of, hey, you come here and you're preparing yourself, and you're an NFL prospect. I feel like nothing is better for you than practice. The amount of reps over the years that you took against Juju, against we saw Pitt and Vaughns on Saturday. Deontay Burnett when he was out there. Darius Rogers. I mean, the practice battles, I feel like are bigger than anything if you're trying to prepare yourself for a career, which is what college is all about.
Yeah, right. Playing against those dudes is by far that's the best competition I played in. Going against them each and every week, going against Tyler Vaughn, going against Pittman, going against Juju when I was young, going against Darius, Deontay, like having those abilities and see those different types of receivers, it really makes you have to have a better overall game. It makes you have to not just play naturally, but also think instinctually and play with great technique and understand like the game is not just about being a better athlete. It's about being technically refined, playing the technique as best as you possibly can, playing with disciplined eyes, being patient, and trying to make the play when it comes your way.
When you see a guy like Juju and how he is dominating in the NFL, does that give you confidence? A guy you've known forever,
Yeah.
Does that give you confidence to say, I can do that? I know I can play with this guy. I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's what I feel like I'm playing at next level.
Yeah.
I see how he dominates the league, and most importantly, I see how fun he have. So when I see that, it's like I'm excited. When I have that opportunity to go to that next level, I'm gonna be excited to do that. But right now, I'm just trying to focus each week.
No question.
Each week on each competition, each player, but seeing him do his thing and seeing him compete at the best of his abilities and seeing how he's dominating the league, it was no question. I've seen it since he was been playing with the Snoop League. So
that's right. You guys lose Porter Gustin. Of course, that's the bad news, and it is sunk in now. Does that change your role in terms of leadership? I mean, you're one of the senior guys, you're one of the senior leaders already, but now that you lose one, I mean, in a key one, does that change your role to step up in any kind of different situation as far as leadership goes?
I feel like, of course, especially being more of that vocal person on the field. It's tough. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear about my boy Porter getting injured and stuff like that. But like I said, it's tough to hear something like that happen to somebody that works so hard and put in so much work. And understanding that, like I have to take the torch and help be that leader on the field when he can be. I already know he's gonna always be there for us. He's gonna be on the sideline rooting and cheering us on and doing what he's supposed to do. What he always do
Right.
is be great. And that's what I'm gonna do. Just take his leadership. Let's listen to him, learn from him, see what made him great as a great leader, and just take it on as much as I possibly can and lead the way I like to lead too.
Hey, last one. I've been interviewing you for 5 years. I've been calling you Biggie for 5 years. I never asked you where you got the nickname.
I got it from my moms and my aunt when I was a baby. That's it just stuck
You
with
just
me.
had a big head, or you
Yeah,
a big baby?
big
or what?
head wobbing. That was
were
during the
dancing
time
in
that
Notorious back then?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite songs when I was young. I used to rock to that. So
I like it.
It was crazy.
Forget 2 points for safety. Try up to 20% with the Allstate Distinguished Driver Discount. Safe drivers can instantly save up to 20% on car insurance just for having a clean driving record. And that's on top of other discounts. Call 1 of 410 Los Angeles area Allstate agents today. Well, next up, we have a special guest in the house. The woman that just shook USC, the country, to its core with her incredible run last spring to win women's track and field a national championship. Kendall Ellis is next on Trojans Live.